speaking of special, we've got a special guy here that on and off the field, his name, Cody McGhee, Director of Parks and Recreation for the city of Auburndale. And when it comes to sports complexes in the, I was going to say in Florida, but in the United States, there's very few that rival the Lake Myrtle Sports Complex. Here's one of the guys that makes it happen, Cody McGhee. Cody, great to see you again. You've been so busy, all I see is smoke. You know, just like, whew, what was that? That was Cody. You know?
It's constant events. You guys keep us busy. We've always got a full schedule.
As long as the smoke doesn't indicate a new director. That would be, that's that wrong kind of smoke? All right. So.
I don't know what we would do. I don't know what Auburndale or Polk County would do without Cody McGhee. But, you know, Cody, you've got a huge project going on that is really going to be a game changer in Auburndale. But there's a lot of people, you kind of kept it quiet, but the Lake Ariana Park is beautifully situated right on Lake Ariana. You've torn down all the old buildings that were outdated. Some of them should have been torn down maybe a while ago, but the fact is they were still functional and working out great. But this new facility, tell us a little bit about what we can expect coming up in October when you open the doors.
So you got the Lake Ariana Park's about 7 acres. We previously had 2 buildings that we would rent and just open park space. Previous to that, it was Max Beach, which was a municipal kind of a swimming place for residents and non-residents alike. It would come down and utilize the lakefront. And in 2011, the city went a different direction and made it more of a kind of a passive park and building rentals. Now, past year, we've been doing a real big renovation, about $18 million renovation for the entirety of the park. The boat ramp has been moved and added to. The pier is being added to, the green space, the volleyball courts, the building space. It's really, really big. To give kind of a comparable, our community center is our largest facility that we have in the city of Auburndale. It's 18,000 square feet. And this building, this new civic center, is going to be over 20,000 square feet. So it's going to be the biggest facility that we have. So it's going to be a lot of room, a lot of opportunities for new types of events, new type of rentals. So we're pretty pumped to see we're all itching to get into it to figure out exactly how we can use it. But it's going to be a real world-class facility.
So I know one of the things that Paul in our office is really excited about is the ballroom, is that rental space. So tell us about that, because that really does change sort of the whole mix of available rental space in the middle of the county.
Yeah, so the building is going to be a 2-story feature. So on the bottom floor, you'll have 3 different room options. One somewhere around 150 capacity. The middle room, which we're calling the rotunda, somewhere around the 80 capacity, and then the larger room, which will be somewhere between 300 and 350 capacity. So the designers have designed it to where all 3 of those spaces can be used as one connection. So that way you can have a large room, kind of a breakout room, and then a middle room to utilize for however you can dream up your event. So it really does allow for the usage of a singular room. It doesn't matter what size you're looking for. It could be 350 down to 50, or it can be the entire complex itself. And then we have kind of I'm really excited about it. It's a 50-person conference room on the 2nd floor, which is going to be a beautiful view right over the lake, overlooking the back patio. It's going to be
and
real
an office
nice.
for the Parks and Rec Director.
And I
is that
try
up there
really
too?
hard,
Yeah.
really hard. But no, we'll Parks and Rec will still be downtown, which is where it should be, right in the downtown park and right in the middle of everything. But man, it's going to be a pretty spot for sure.
Well, the old building, are you going to be moving your offices into the old SunTrust building?
Yep. So the city, about a little over a year ago, purchased the SunTrust building when SunTrust moved out, and they're making that kind of a municipal building, almost an annex for just government services. So Parks and Recreation, along with our building department, our utility billing, and our IT department, are all going into this 2-story, pretty large facility. which will be right across the street from City Hall. So the majority of all the functions that you will need for city services is right downtown. I think Public Works and Public Utilities are the only two that are kind of off-site on their own.
So is Jeff Tillman's office going over there?
Nope, right, still City Hall.
Oh,
so,
he got
so,
the stuff. Okay,
yeah, so
that's a
he's
beautiful old
still,
building.
Oh yeah, coming up on 100 years. 1927 was when that was built. So that City Hall, almost 100 coming up.
So, I mean, we talk a lot about the sports facilities and whatnot, but there are an awful lot of other things that you guys have. You have that great downtown park. You have the dog park over at Lake Myrtle near us. So, yeah, tell us how the city has focused on quality of life availability for residents to be able to use those areas.
I think Parks and Recreation, there's quality of life in every aspect that you can come with the departments of the City of Auburndale, but the City Commission and the City Manager really give a lot of attention towards Parks and Recreation and just the facilities that we have, whether they be active facilities or passive parks, cemeteries, all kinds of things. So, the city has a very large a group of facilities to be able to use, whether they be neighborhood parks or our downtown park, the Lake Arena Park that's coming up. The city just purchased property up in the North Auburndale, about 25 acres to build a new park as Auburndale grows north to be able to suit the needs of our new residents coming in from the north end. And then just in the next 5 years, it's going to be, we have so many things on the list for design and construction. We have the Lake Arena Park that'll be completed sometime this coming year or this year. We have out at Lake Myrtle, we've got 7 new fields that we're building on that, a baseball stadium, a vertical stadium. We're building in the downtown area a splash pad, a new dog park, pickleball courts.
How many?
So somewhere around 8 pickleball courts. It'll be tied into our tennis facility. So currently we have 8 courts that we utilize in our community center, which is indoors and AC'd, but we don't have that option for the after 5 crew. So kind of putting in the ability to have lit courts at our tennis facility, trying to add that in. So like I said, in the next 5 years, it's just going to be, we're growing like crazy. It's going to be a lot.
Well, you were burning like crazy, several months ago when the Pizza Connection had a fire. When is that supposed to open up? Our sports people are asking about all of that.
Soon. We're the Pizza Connection it's a hometown, man. When they're not here, you didn't realize you didn't feel it, but when they're not here, it's like, man, who do we call when we're trying to get pizza for our employees? That's our go-to. So, and we're pumped about them getting going again. I think all of the businesses in the downtown area are helping them out with everything they can. I know when the fire initially happened, there was Bracken's Barbecue was trying to make pizza egg rolls out of all of the ingredients that they still had. I think Peebles Barbecue was selling all of their ranch, and it was just everybody was trying to come in to help out. And that's just what Auburndale is. They did a good job for them.
Well, there's a big concern, a lot of questions. When's Pizza Connection open up? I don't know, but I'll ask Cody.
I don't know either. It's when they open their door.
Well, it's part of the experience that people enjoy when they come to the city of Auburndale. Soccer, big, the largest governing body. We talked about that earlier. We had some video, which is a nice little segue into this segment. But Florida Youth Soccer's there. What has that meant for you guys, for Parks and Rec, other than a ton of work? But I saw somebody out there the other day had one of those, maybe it was today, had one of those little electronic robots that they were, tell us about that.
So
lining soccer fields.
FYSA in itself is, you hit it on it earlier, is 120,000 members. You got somewhere around 40,000 coaches and referees. And so their events are throughout the entire state, but the bulk of their state events or their regional events come right here into Polk County. So the city of Auburndale hosts the majority. We do somewhere around 20 to 25 events with them each year. And so the obvious economic impact of bringing in people into Lake Myrtle from those events is obvious. But the side benefit to that is The local users of that, the Auburndale Youth Soccer, gets the ability of having a complex that would not be available if we didn't have that program. So prior to FYSA coming to Auburndale, Youth Soccer had three fields to play on. Florida Youth Soccer Association comes on board, and all of a sudden we have 11. So we have the ability to grow with that program where we wouldn't have had without Florida Youth Soccer Association coming on. But it really does bring just a high level. Soccer is a great group to work with. It's a high level events that's, always got moms and dads and sisters and brothers coming to all their events. So it really brings in a good economic value to the location.
Yeah, well, it's, sports and the tourism industry, and those dollars aren't paid for by local citizens. They're paid for by tourists that then create world-class sport. We're actually creating our own beach. We don't have the beach, no, but we're creating a proxy beach in all the sports facilities. But who benefits from that? The businesses and the local citizens, because now they're playing on world-class facilities. Quality of life, you think? So, Cody, thanks a million, buddy.
Thank you, guys.
Gosh, I could go on for another hour here, but I got the big question out of the way, and that was Pizza Connection going to be opening shortly, and that.
So maybe right before we wrap up, though, you've got a lot of summer programs.
Oh, that's right.
Website to go to.
AuburndaleFL.com, or you can see the City of Auburndale on Facebook. Gives you all types of events. I think we've got 20 events coming into Lake Myrtle in the next 2 months. We obviously have all of our recreational events, Timeout Tuesdays, 4th of July, all those type of events. So social media, AuburndaleFL.com. You can call us at Auburndale Parks and Rec, and we'll be glad to point you in the right direction.
Thank you.